Hey everybody, it's Captain Shane. I'm in the MD-11. We're at Detroit, Michigan, and we're going to be doing a short flight from here to um, Louisville because I want to test out some changes I've made to the MD-11 flight model. So what I've done tonight was I've changed a little bit of the engine spool times. That's more for quality of life. That's something serious. The other thing that I've done was I've changed the ratio at which um, the spoilers engage with aileron control or with roll control. So I've had to increase the aileron effectiveness quite a bit in this thing to make it actually be able to roll. But when I'm making small adjustments on like the approach, it's too touchy. So what I've done was I've increased the ratio at which I have to roll before the spoilers kick in. So it's mostly ailerons here, and as I get deeper into the spoilerons come in after that. So I want to see how that handles during the approach. Also, I've added some coefficient of lift to the AOA equals 0 on the airfoils to try to lower the cruising pitch a little bit. It's been running kind of high in my opinion. It's at about 3 degrees nose up at optimum altitudes, which I think is a little bit high. So I've increased the amount of lift at AOA equals 0, and I've taken a little bit of lift off the flaps to compensate so we don't lose our approach pitch. Anyway, all that being said, let's go ahead and get going here. I haven't flown this aircraft in a couple weeks, so I'm going to run the whole checklist from the start. And let's go parked with external power.
Autopilot.
Okay. Landing gear handle. Engine APU fire test.
Engine 1 fire. Engine 2 fire. Engine 3 fire.
Okay, consider light system test.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Okay, IRS switches. Okay, hydraulic pressure test. Emergency power. Emergency lights. Windshield defog. Logo and nav lights are on. No smoking seatbelt signs. Standby ADI. Takeoff warning. Engine 1.
Stabilizer.
Engines 2 and 3.
Stabilizer.
Alright. EIS panel. Okay, that's set. Weight and balance. Take a look at our flight plan tonight. Let me grab that. Okay, flight plan's coming up here. Alright, so here we go. Detroit to Louisville. Cost index 27. Fuel on board 39.2. The fuel is going to be, correction. The cargo weight is 172.9. Cruise altitude 340. Okay, takeoff weight estimate 463. Landing weight 447. Pretty low numbers. Alright, so total weight 172,900. Block fuel 39.2. Taxi fuel 2,000 pounds. And the trip fuel is going to be 156. And let's apply load. Hey, takeoff CG 27.4. Fuel fuel weight 24.0. Looking good. Okay, weight and balance is set. Let's go ahead and do our FMC setup. Alright, flight plan initialization. Let's initialize IRS. KDEW. KSDF. Alternate's going to be Indianapolis. KIND. Cost index 27. Flight level 340. The Cruise temps. Ooh. So plus 13, man, it's hot up here today. Plus 13, so minus 39 Celsius. And we have a 17 knot headwind component. Oh, okay. Minus 39, minus 17. There we go. Flight number is UPS 302. Okay, looks good. Okay, flight plan. So, looks like we're using runway 21 right tonight. One right from the Kelvin 3 departure. And the transition is the Kelvin transition, which we're not, that's default, so we're not going to put anything else in there. Let's insert that. Down to Kelvin. And from Kelvin, we're going to go direct to RINT. RINTE. And from RINT, we're going to go ahead and transition onto the DLAMP 8 RNAV arrival. From the RINT transition, looking for runway 17 left. 17 left, which is the shorter runway. That's fine, we can do that. Oh, no, I went to ILS 17 left. ILS 17 left from what transition do we want to use here? Lexi makes the most sense. We'll use Lexi. It ties right into O. So Lexi transition, insert. Okay, now let's validate our flight plan here. Make sure we don't have any big holes in it. Oh yeah, dude, that's nice. Good flight plan. Flight plan is good. So takeoff departure. Let's go ahead and run some numbers on SimBrief real quick. Hey, HC Sim. Stop flying from the Seattle VATSIM event. There's a VATSIM event? What? Man, come on. I looked this up. VATSIM. There's an event going on? Dang it. Alright guys, we're gonna go hop in on this action. As soon as we're done flying the MD-11, we're going over to Seattle and doing some 737 ops. I had no idea. Oh, dude. Ah, dang it. Oh, okay, maybe I don't want to do this. Look at this mess. Okay, maybe I don't want to do this. That's a lot of... Dang. We'll talk about it. Let's get this plane down to Detroit and we'll talk about it, okay? Dang it. Thanks for letting me know about that, HD. I had no idea. Man, that's a... If I had known there was an event going on at Seattle, I would have definitely hopped in on that. Because I love Seattle Airport. Alright, anyway. Let's just get back on task and get this flight done here. Flex 58, flaps 15. Alright. Flex 58, flaps 15. Outside air temperature is 28 Celsius. The wind The wind component we got tonight is 10 knot headwind. So 0 slope minus 10 headwind. And we'll go with these numbers. The IRS and FMC are checked and set. Fuel quantity is AP door disag. Oh, yep. Okay, flap takeoff selector, flaps 15, fuel quantity is good. FCP airspeed set V2. Plus, actually, it'll be 250 or VCL, whatever is higher. So we'll do 250. FCP heading, we'll grab that from the departure. And the Kelvin 3 departure has us taking off on runway 21 right. That seems like kind of a short runway, doesn't it? 8,500 feet? No, we can do that. Okay, so heading is 216. 216 FCP altitude will be 340. Altimeters. Okay, ATIS. We're departure ATIS 21. One right and 29090. Wind 190 11. Okay, 2990. Hey, auto brakes. Take off. Radios. Man, I'm bummed out about that that event in Seattle. I would have totally flown on that tonight, like right now, if I had known. Because I love VATSIM events. Tell you what, guys, we're gonna take a 737 over there as soon as we're done with this. We should have time to catch a short flight out of there. That'll be good. IFR clearance is good. I filed the flight plan. The squawk code is going to be 2130. 2130. That's not 2130. 2130. Okay, takeoff taxi departure brief. Alright, crew. As previously stated, we are at Detroit. We are currently on the ground at the UPS cargo ramp. We're going to push on to Sierra 1. Taxi to Sierra 1. Cross 2-1 left at Whiskey 4. Take Whiskey up to Papa 4. We're going to cross 2-7 right. Left on Papa 4, right on Papa, and we'll do full length from 2-1 right at Papa 6. On the Calvin 3 RNAV departure instructions. Final heading 216 to intercept course 203 to Sergi. Then on track 210 to cross Fedorov at or below 7,000, and track 181 across Paul at or above 3,100 feet. Alright, so Fedorov at or below 7, Paul at or above 31, and then as filed, and then heading down to Louisville for a short flight. Should not take that long. And we're landing on the short runway at Louisville, so we might do a flaps 50 approach for that. Alright, before start pushback checklist. Stand by for that. Okay. Status pages on engine. APU starting. Doors and windows. Let's close those up now. Tug moving.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Doors and windows are closing. Aux hydraulic. Oh, that's the anti-skid. Aux hydraulic pump 1 on. Waiting on the APU to spool up.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Clear to connect. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't know about that Seattle thing. I check those all the time, and I never see that. KDFW. CTAP. KDTW. Honestly, that might be a good thing to let that kind of clear out a little bit, because right now it's a cluster F over at Seattle, so maybe it's better if I don't, maybe it's better if I don't actually get involved with that quite yet. APU power is available. APU power on, external power off. Parking brake is set, and let's go wheel chocks remove. Alright, beacon light is on, APU bleed is on, engine ignition, ignition A. Smart cars. Thank you, looking good. So this is why I put my ACARS system in my checklist, because so many people forget to do this because they don't have it on checklist. So I try not to forget this. There we go. Flying on VATSIM. Okay, push to start.
Grounded cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
About there will do.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback and you may start engines.
Detroit traffic, UPS 302 pushes start UPS cargo ramp onto Sierra 1 tail facing east. Alright, starting engine 3. Button in. Light on. Rotation in 2. Okay, oil pressure's good. Fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Button in, light out. Starting engine 1. Button out, light on. Rotation in 2. Oil pressure. Fuel on. That's not the right fuel button. That's the fuel button. Fuel flow, EGT. Button in, light out, starting 2. Rotation in 2, oil pressure's coming up. %, fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Okay, good start on all 3 engines. Ooh, that sun. Alright, after start checklist.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
APU bleed is off. APU is off, and ground signal will follow up on that. Flaps 15 set for takeoff. Spoiler handle armed. Depth trim. Depth trim is going to be 5.8 aircraft nose up. Takeoff data V1 139, rotate 153, V2 163, and flap retract 173, slat retract 218. And I just overshot the takeoff trim. Right there. Okay. Next, takeoff departure brief. No change. Transponder is TARA. Nose lane. Status page.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thanks a lot. See you later. Okay, I just checked Batson radar. I know there's no other traffic here, so I'm not even going to bother talking to anybody. Okay, hand signal's good. Parking brakes released. Let's go. Alright, noticeable steering. Left. Right. Brakes. They work. Wow, that sun is awful. Alright, so we'll do a flight control check here once we get on the taxiway. Let's see where we at. My chart here. We're gonna let's cross the runway here, and once we get on to Whiskey, we'll do flight control check. I want to see what the ailerons do with the spoilers and stuff to see if that ratio is gonna work. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's gonna work, so I'm pretty sure that the flight controls kind of get washed through the what's what I'm looking for? The rotate plugin, and it's gonna override what plane makers trying to tell it to do. All right, so we're crossing here. We're gonna make a right turn right here. All right, ailerons. Well, they're showing that they're deflecting, so I don't really know if they're going to deflect or not in flight. We'll see when we get in the air. Okay, elevators up, down, rudder. Check. Ooh. I got to get me a steering tiller, guys, so I can decouple my rudder pedals from the tiller. Okay, we're gonna cross 27 right here. And then we need to make a left turn on the Papa 4, which is right coming up here. I think, yeah. Oh, okay. I guess Victor then. My scenery does not entirely jive with what my ground chart is saying here, so that's okay. I mean, it's still better than any Microsoft Flight Simulator stock scenery, right? Okay, right turn on the Papa here. Alright, flight controls are checked. Before takeoff checklist. Status page. Engine. EAD check green box. Nav and profile. Armed. Auto flight. Armed. Stereo lights. Uh-oh. There we go. Radar switch. Okay, and this should be runway 21 right. Okay, the arrival end is clear, the departure end is clear, the TCAS is clear. Let's take the runway. I don't have that. I don't have that myself, so you'll have to ask Tweedle. I don't really mess with Microsoft Flight Simulator, so. Okay. Now we are clear for takeoff, crew. Let's go. Okay, stabilize, set takeoff thrust. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots, takeoff clamp. rotate. Positive brake, you're up. Seems a little better on the roll response. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there's 250 pitch, or yeah, 50 pitch nose down. And speed checks, flaps track. Check slats your track.
Stabilizer motion.
That was not me, that's LSAS trimming the staff. Okay, we got to hold at 7,000 feet here. So we have a crossing restriction at Fedroy, Bedrov, at or below 7,000 feet. We're going to level off here. Climb thrust at 4,000. 10,000 feet. Let's go autopilot 1. Have to take out checklist. Landing gear up, lights out. Spoiler handle. Auto brakes off. Flaps and slats are up. Retract. Left takeoff selector. Flaps 15. EAD checked. No alerts. Exterior lights.
Stabilizer motion.
And holding for altimeters. Right, there's climb speed 322. I know, right? Here, let me get this stupid checklist out of the way for you. Which Great Lake this is. Is this Lake Superior? What is this one? I don't know my Great Lakes very well. We just caught the absolute edge of it here. Okay, transition altitude and cross check at 19,000. After takeoff checklist. Oh, Lake Erie, okay. I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I guess it is Lake Erie. Climbing through flight level 250. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather at Louisville. wind 230 at 5. New clouds of 1,000 feet. Oh. New clouds of 5,000 feet. Scattered at 11,000. 25, 21 altimeter 299 or 8. Runway 17 right is closed. 29 and 11 are closed. Guys, we need to start figuring out what we're gonna do if we want to get in on some of the Seattle craziness. I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this. Look at this, guys. We gotta get it. We gotta get this. Come on. Come on. You know you want this smoke. I do. Look at that. Look at that. Oh god, we're gonna have a good time. Okay. Let's see how we do. We're climbing, so let's start scheming up for the next iteration here. I think I have a couple 737s that we can fly out of Seattle. Oh, you got to be kidding me! There's none. We don't have any? Oh, dang it. What is this? CYVR. No, that sucks. Somebody's moved all of my 737s out of there, but what we can do is we can actually take Boise and fly it into Seattle. That might be fun. Let's do that. Let's take this 737 and fly it from Boise back to Seattle. We'll plan on that. There we go. Okay, flight level 3, about to hit 330,000 to go.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. Okay, leveling off at 340. Let's see how long we have until our top of descent. We're still climbing, I guess. Alright. 78 nautical miles, 55 after. We can go ahead and start talking about descent right now. So let's just get this going here. Alright, landing data. So we're going to be landing on... we're going to be landing on runway 17 left, so let's do flaps 50. Auto brakes medium is probably good. 8,500 feet. So that's going to look like... it's going to look like this. 17 left is the shorter of the two runways, 8,500 feet, which is not that short, but it's a little shorter than I prefer. We'll do flaps 50 because I don't do that too often. We're on the D-Lamp 8, our nav arrival. And cross restrictions at ZD, anchor, D-Lamp, and basically stepping us all the way down here to OG. 6,000 feet, 210 knots. At Lexi, 210 knots, 6,000 feet. Expect ILS or localizer 17 left approach. Okay. We are on the ILS 17 left approach. The RVR is 1,800 feet, 1/2 statute mile visibility. Decision altitude 699 baro. At Racer, we need to be at, this is, the initial approach fix is Lexi, we need to be at 6,000 feet. Racer, we're going to be down to 4,000. And at Slugger, which is our final approach fix, we need to be at 2,500 feet, where we'll pick up our 3-degree glide slope down to the runway threshold, which is at 500 feet. MSA from the Louisville VOR is 3,600 feet. Missed approach climb to 1,000 feet, then climbing left hand turn to 3,000, direct the Louisville VOR and hold. Continue climb and hold 3,000 feet. Okay. The CTAP is 124.2. So we can go ahead and do our 699 baro. Okay. Arrival approach, windshield antenna not required. Decision height, MDA is set. We can go ahead and set our descent.
Altitude.
Okay. We'll set our descent altitude down to 3,600 feet for now, which is MSA. I don't think we'll get down there until we're basically on the ILS, but... Okay. Seatbelt signs are on, so we're down to the line. Altimeters. Wait for top descent. Got an aircraft crossing in front, quite a ways away. About 30 miles away, 2,000 feet below. A JetBlue A321. I wonder where they're going. Newark to Los Angeles. That's a long flight on an A321. Yikes. And then we have a second aircraft, also on TCAS, or 1,000 feet above. That looks like an Allegiant Air. Allegiant Air A320. So A321 there, A320 there. We're clear of those conflicts already. Hey, I see the top of the descent coming up on the map. crew. We got about 3 minutes till we head down. Hey Jeff, cool man. About to head down here into Louisville, and then we're gonna hop off and hop back into a 737 and get some cluster F action in Seattle because it's looking litty, getting litty in the bitty over here, man. I don't know how I missed this, but we'll fly from Boise into Seattle and get some of this because this is some good stuff right here. That's hot. That's hot. Oh yeah, we're gonna go in deep into Seattle, man. This is gonna be some good stuff, guys. Make for some quality streaming action. Alright, crew, vertical alert. Head down. Alright, crew, looking good. On profile, on speed. Hey, Caden. So here's what I did tonight. I reduced the ratio. Well, I don't know if it's going to work or not because one thing about this rotate thing, it's got a plugin that controls a lot of stuff that overrides plane maker and other things. What I attempted to do was remove some of the aileron versus spoileron ratio. So I increased it to about 6%. So I need to, so the ailerons aren't quite so snappy at small deflection rates during the approach. Because I think they're a little too effective, but I had to do that to get them to be able to roll at low speeds. So I want to see if I can get the spoilerons to come in later, and it's just aileron first. I don't know if that's going to work. I'll be able to tell you on the approach. I also increased the coefficient of lift, angle A equals 0 in the airfoils, trying to get the cruising pitch down a little bit. I've noticed that I didn't do a whole lot. I need to work on it some more. I also added some negative nose down CM in the airfoils to try to keep from running into this negative aircraft nose down trim condition that I oftentimes see during the climb out. You can even see we're kind of getting into a negative nose down situation right here, right now. With this CG, we should not be running this low. So I'm trying to put some downforce to get the trim to come up to get it back into a better range. That seems to be working, but I need to add more to that. Just some small little tweaks. I increased the engine spool rate just a little tiny bit because I felt like it was a little bit laggy at the top end. Just minor little tweaks. That if I don't keep any of them, I wouldn't notice a huge difference. But I'm seeing some good stuff with the trim, the cruise pitch, and the engine responsiveness is a little bit better. I'm gonna work on seeing what the ailerons do with this change, if it even takes it or not. I do know for a fact that the rotate plugin controls a lot of stuff, and it overrides a lot of the default PlaneMaker inputs. So this could be one of them. In fact, I'm almost certain that the flight controls are washed entirely through the plugin and bypass PlaneMaker, almost, not completely, but significantly. I hope that explains it. There's some small quality of life stuff. Honestly though, the fact that we're only 0.1 aircraft nose down, I think that my CM changes were effective. Because at this airspeed, there's a lot of dynamic pressure, so I would think there'd be a lot of more negative trim coming down like this, and it's not really happening, so that may have worked. Oh, well, Caden, my Discord server is the best place to keep up on that. I have a section in here called Flight Model Fixing, where I give everybody updates to what I've been doing, and I also post my updates. I post them here as pin posts, so you can grab the files that I'm working with. Like my Level Up 737 stuff is here, my MD-11 stuff is here, other various things. So join my Discord if you're not already on there. It'll be in the Flight Model Fixing channel. And a link to the Discord is in my video description. Alright, looking good on profile, everybody. Next crossing restriction will be anchors at flight level 185. Let's see if I can get an updated weather. Okay, 5 minutes ago, ATIS Lima. Wind is 180 at 4, so more or less down the runway and not much of it. Few clouds at 1,000 feet, few clouds at 5,000 feet, scattered at 10. 2 niner and niner on the altimeter. So we have even less headwind now, so I'm definitely more confident with my flaps 50 selection for this. Shorter runway at... Am I a real-life MD-11 pilot? Kate, what do you think? You tell me. I won't make you last long, but you tell me what you think. Pilot Caden, welcome aboard here. Let me give you the flight sim roll. Thanks for joining, man. Okay, 190 coming up on altimeters. Let's go ahead and set those now. 2999er. Cross check at 17,000. stand by. Okay, we're going to level off at anchor, and then we'll continue down. Next crossing restriction will be D-lamp at 15,000. Thanks, man. We should be landing in about 10 or 15 minutes. We're getting pretty close to Louisville now. All right, speed 280. Head down. D-lamp crossing at 15,280 knots. Let's check how the traffic's doing out here. That's Seattle. That's where we're flying next, guys. We're gonna get. Oh man, we're gonna get deep into this. That's gonna be fun. All right. No traffic at Louisville at all, and there's no traffic anywhere near us. It's really dead. You know why? Because everybody's over here tonight, and I don't know how I missed this event, guys. But we'll get some of this. I promise. Ooh, even Boise's staffed. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun, guys. As soon as we land this thing, we're hopping right over to Boise. We're gonna fly that 737 back into Seattle and get some of this action, because it's gonna be good. Okay, add drag, speed brakes extend. Getting a little bit fast here. Altimeters, cross check. I missed my cross check. Let's do it at 16. Coming up on 16,000. Now, altimeters cross check. Okay, speed brakes should track. And we're going to cross D-lamp here and continue down. Alright, profile 12. Man, look at X-Plane. It's looking so good right now. Oh, dude, that's a screenshot. Hold on. I gotta get that. Boom. Okay, speed's looking good. Profile, we're just a little bit high, but no problem. The CDU will be able to make that. Alright, altitude error at neighbor. Alright, so what happens here is the FMC is saying I can't make that crossing restriction as published, and you're going to have an altitude error. You're going to cross it higher than where you want. And that's kind of okay. We can make up the difference further on. Add drag. Speed brakes track. Alright, down to 10. Spooky at 10, and honestly I don't know if we're gonna make that either. If you look at the D-Lamp 8 arrival going into Louisville, I feel like it gets a little compressed as you get down in here. Losing 2,000 feet of altitude in 7 nautical miles at an MD-11 is a little bit hard because of the speeds. It just doesn't like to get down like that. So we may have some altitude errors, but we'll catch up to it around OG. Okay, speed 245. I'm going to add some speed brakes in there to help it out. Yep, CDU message again. Watch. It's going to say altitude error at Spooky. Because we're at 11.3 and we're about to cross it. We're not going to make that. That's okay. Alright, exterior lights. Let's get those. Approach checklist complete. We might be a little bit fast crossing 10,000 feet, but that's all right.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, so we're about 13 knots fast. Oops. Speed's coming down though, we'll be alright. Alright, speed brakes retract. Damn, look at this. Wow. Beautiful night. Okay, I'm getting DME on the ILS identifier here. Okay, 217 thrust. Profile to 65. Okay, I'm gonna start adding some more speed brakes in here so we can slow it down. I'm gonna also extend the slats to help get us slowed down. We need to start trying to catch up with our FMS speed. Speed check, slats retract. Slats extend. Okay, speed brakes retract, speed checks, flaps 15. Alright, FMS speed 192, thrust down to 6,000. Let's go ahead and arm approach and landing because we're about to turn on to the localizer here. Speed brakes, spoiler handle armed. Alright, coming left.
Stabilizer motion.
Hey, localizer capture. Louisville traffic, UPS 302 heavy on the ILS, 17 left approach. Hey, 19 miles out. Alright, runway in sight. I see 17 left and right out in the distance. Okay, heading down, 5,000. Looking for the glide slope. Alright, so I'm not going to be trying to make it win any contests for soft landings tonight. This is an 8,500 foot runway with basically no headwind. So I'm going to just be looking to get it down and get on the brakes. So don't be expecting any kind of... don't be expecting any kind of soft landings on this one, guys. We just need to get it down. George, am I a real MD-11 pilot? You tell me. What do you think? I'll answer your question either way. I'm just curious what you think. Okay, still looking for the localizer here. Oh, correction, the glide slope. We're on the we're on the glide slope, but there it is.
Altitude.
Okay, that is our glide slope, but we're not on it. So here's what I'm going to do to help it down. I'm going to go vertical speed. About 1,500 and see if we can get there. It is. See if we can capture that glide slope. There it is. Glide slope capture. Okay, let's set missed approach heading and altitude. Runway heading is 170. Missed approach altitude 3,000 set. All right. Gear down. Flaps 28. Speed checks, flaps 25.
Landing gear.
No, we're good. Okay, let's get some more speed off of this thing. Looking for approach speed, 155. Okay, speed checks, flaps 50. 4 landing checklist. Landing gear down, 4 green. Swirler handle is armed. Auto brakes set medium. Flaps and slats. Flaps 50.
2,500.
Altimeter's cross checked. 2999er. EAD check. Green box. Landing clearance. Level traffic UPS 302 heavy on final 17 lap. Alright, good land. Alright. Autopilot is coming off.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Alright, already the ailerons feel a little bit better here, guys, so. And auto throttles off. So, wind is indicating 235 at 17, which is not what the ASUS said. So we got a bit of a crosswind here. Hopefully it comes in as we get closer to the ground. A little bit low on glide slope, correcting. Okay, glide slope's coming back in. Still a little bit low on it, correcting. Wind is starting to shift to off the nose. Speed's a little low, correcting. A little low, correcting. Yeah, that wind is shifting a lot. Ailerons feel better.
Stabilizer motion.
Like I said, we're not looking for a
400.
landing competition winner here. I'm just trying to get it down. That end of that runway is going to come up really quick.
200.
Continue.
One hundred. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oof. Yeah, that's all right. No nose, max reverse. Knots, manual braking, versatile. On the brakes. Like I said, I wasn't looking to win any landing competitions tonight, guys. I just wanted to get it down because that 8,500 foot runway comes up real quick here. Oh, do you know how old I am, George? I'm pretty old, man. Maybe I sound youthful. I don't know. I'm probably older than you. All right, crew. After landing checklist: spoiler handle. Track disarm, flaps up, auto brakes off, radar switch off, landing lights, strobe lights, runway turn off, APU starting, and stab trim coming down. Aircraft, 2 degrees aircraft nose up. After land checklist complete. Alright, let's see what Smart Car said that was. 370 feet per minute, come on. No. It was not that hard. That's pretty firm, even for me. That's kind of hard, yeah. I don't know, some days I have great landings in the MD-11, some days I don't. Today was not a good one. But, we got it stopped. Alright, there's our parking spot. Taxi light. Follow the marshaller. Okay, parking brake set. All right, let's see how my parking was today. Oh, not bad. Okay, maybe a little bit off center. Okay, well, not that great. That is kind of a hard turn to make though, right? Because the taxi line is right here and you don't have a lot of room to turn this thing in. Okay, parking checklist. Transponder is off. Chill switches. Let's go. Fuel switches off. Oh, that's way too loud. IRS's beacon light, wheel chocks, ground power unit, external power on, Parking brake released. APU power off. APU off. Let's open it up. There you go, guys. I kind of like the changes I made. I'm gonna keep working on them a little bit, but moving in the right direction for sure. So, pretty happy with that. Hey, if nothing else, we rescued this MD-11 from Detroit, which is not the best place to be in the world, right? So yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm going to log off for about 5 minutes and get reconfigured. I'm going to put up a really nice thumbnail because we are going to go take our traveling roadshow over to Seattle Center and get some of this. Bruh. We're going to get Liddy in the bitty at Seattle. So my intent is to fly a 737-700, the level up with my flight model changes from Boise over to Seattle. And if I still have a lot of people on and you want to do one more, we'll do one more. But this is going to be fun, guys. Look at this crazy. This is hot. We're going to get some of this action, guys. And it's going to be fun. So come back in about 10 minutes while I get my thumbnail set up. We'll be in the 737 out of Boise, which is also popping right now. You know, this is going to be good stuff tonight, guys. Let's get some of this VATSIM event action on a Saturday night. And I will catch you guys soon. Please come over to Discord. Talk to you in a few.